start then. So I'm honored to be Peter's best man. It's very special to me. And Peter and I grew up with always having a big brother. And Peter and I we grew up together. We had a 10-year and 9-month age gap between us. And I always looked up to him. He was always big brother, and I always thought he was the coolest. I always wanted to hang out with him. And this led to many situations where I would stay out like his door and just knock like, "Hey Peter, let me in. Hey Peter, let me in." And a few of these guys here were there for that. And then I'd always bug him in the mornings, like every time, especially on his birthdays. Like I'd barge into his room and then jump on him, just so I could tell him like happy birthday, and then I could tell him how much I love him. And I really enjoyed being with my big brother. And then around the time I finished second grade, he finished high school, so he was going off to college, and I was a little kid, and I missed my big brother back then. And he did a lot for me. Like when he always would share stuff with me. When I was a kid, I would just go into his room, and he'd let me play on his PlayStation. He'd let me borrow his Game Boy. Like he just did the best stuff for me, and it was like heartbreaking because he was gone now. And so every chance I got, I went and I visited him, and it was great. And then there was one summer, he was I think sophomore year, summer vacation, and we went to LA. We were in a shopping mall, and then he jokingly said, "Hey, I need to get something for my girlfriend." This was the first time we heard of Hannah. And it's a special moment, because since then, I feel like she's always been a part of our family. Since then, so I enjoy being around both of you, because you make everything special, you make happy, and Anna, you're truly like amazing for Peter, and you guys are just perfect, and yeah, thank you.
Sister
to put into words how much Hannah means to me. I am just so lucky to have her as my sister, and she's just one of the most thoughtful and caring people that I know and I've ever met. Growing up, we liked to play restaurant a lot, and Hannah loved to be the server, and she loved to bring all of the girls their food just the way that they liked it, and cater everything just to all of our own tastes. And she was just so sweet and caring and generous from such a young age, and always had such a sweet sharing spirit. I used to love borrowing Hannah's clothes, and sometimes I pushed the envelope a little bit, so there were times where I would borrow her favorite outfit, and Hannah would be quick with a little sass. But she would always come back around and make sure that I had an outfit that I liked and that I was happy. But you could really just see that character in her from so young. And now I'm so lucky that I get to work with Hannah every day, and we run this company together. And she still has this spirit of service, even in her leadership as a director of the company, leading her team with this spirit of service and grace and consideration. And it's so beautiful, and it's such an example of she's such a leader in that, in showing this virtue that really makes the world a better place when we take into consideration those around us. And I am just so thrilled, and have been for many years, that she found a wonderful partner who shares so many of these caring qualities that Hannah has. And I get to spend a lot of time with the two of them. And I'm always just really enjoy seeing Peter take such genuine interest and warmth in all of the people that he interacts with. And seeing him take the interest in our family and in Kale. And it's been so wonderful to just build such a close relationship, and to see the thoughtful consideration that he has toward Hannah all the time, every day that I've ever spent with them. He's always really considering Hannah's needs and her preferences, and just wanting to make things really easy and smooth for her. So that's just so beautiful and such a gift. And the two of you will just so powerful together, and you will just become even more powerful together. And like this wedding today is just one example of your beautiful expression, this creative expression of your love that you made together. And through the whole process that I've gotten to witness, you've had this thoughtfulness and consideration of what will make the best experience for everybody else here. And our talents are not bestowed upon us for our own self-interest, but they're bestowed to us so that we can be of service to the world. And I see that in both of you, and so many of your talents, that you direct those in a heart of service. And I know that you will just nurture a marriage between you that will continue to grow that between each other, giving each other your generosity, giving each other your listening, and giving forgiveness and grace, and giving pause and giving laughter. And I'm just so excited to witness the future of your lives and be a benefactor of your beautiful joy. And I know that the two of you will continue to shine brighter together than the two of you shine individually, and that you will just radiate as a family. And you are such a gift to us, and you are such a gift to the world. So let's continue celebrating your beautiful love and raise a toast to the bride and groom.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Next up, we have bridesmaid Jessie. Take it away, Jessie.
Good evening, everyone. You all look gorgeous. I'm Jessie. I have to give you a small warning before I begin. I tried to keep this speech super terse, but if you know me, that's just not possible at all. If you don't know me, you will by the end of this evening. Hannah's been my best friend for over 16 years. We've spent over half our lives together side by side. Before I get into all the good stuff, I need to explain something about how we became best friends. When I met Hannah at the age of 12, I did not do the best friend thing. In fact, I'd been labeled with a term that was super popular in the halls of our middle school, Bidwell, but super inappropriate to say in front of all of you when I'm dressed so elegantly. So if you'd like to know what that term was, let me know after the speech. I love vulgarity, but again, I won't say it right now. I will say that this term essentially meant a wandering friend. Someone that would become best friends with you for a few weeks. Yes. And then kick them to the curb. When I met Hannah, she was not having it. Despite my ability to jump from friend to friend, from the very beginning, Hannah had an innate ability to settle me. She made me feel loved, supported, and very brave. She could also keep up with my very boisterous personality, and believe it or not, in the teenage years, it was much more intense than you'll see this evening. And if you look at Hannah's mom's table, they all just looked at each other and nodded a little bit, shaking their head. I love you guys. You saw probably the most of that. I appreciate you all. Looking back, Hannah taught me how to be a good friend. Seriously. I wasn't the best of friends before that. She showed me the importance of expressing myself, not only during the good times, but more importantly, during the really difficult times. She never has been afraid of tough conversations. I, on the other hand, would evade these conversations at any cost. In fact, some of the only times looking back I can remember physically running was from confrontation with her, anyone else, and then all of those houses we TP'd together. I would run then too, very fast. Very fast. I'm sorry, a lot of you got TP'd up your ass. But seriously, yeah, Caitlin's was bad. But seriously, at a time in my life when I could not count on anyone in this world sticking around, Hannah refused to leave my side. And I do have to say this directly to you, my friend. You have given me a sense of stability that forever changed the trajectory of my life. And through some of the most unstable years, you were my rock, my foundation, all of my self-esteem, and my savior at a lot of those moments. There have been many forks in the road along our amazing journey together. And at every fork, Hannah made sure that I chose the right path, even when the wrong path looked like so much fun. She just turned me right to the left. I went. Thank you, Hannah. I love you so much. Hannah and I have always known that God put us in each other's lives, and we got this validation through weird coincidences that always surrounded us. We began calling these coincidences our motifs because we love to show off that we always took honors English, and we use big words whenever we can to impress you all, and I know it works. Did I mention we called these our motifs? So those of you that are trying to Google that right now, I'll let you know what that means. That is a recurring theme or subject. So when we were in high school, actually after we graduated, one of the biggest reoccurring motifs, and this is to Annie Liz, was this gorgeous red-headed boy that we went to school with. And no matter where we went, even long after we got out of high school, if we were together, we would run into this young man. We did not know him. But we would see him everywhere, and we were like, oh my gosh, it's because we're together. And this, I'm sorry to share, but it's very special to us. We also get the exact same pimple at the exact same time, in the exact same place, every time. And to us, this has always meant that our friendship has been written in the stars long before we were born. It's proof that God put us together. Now I want to take a moment, and I'm sorry, to share a few stories about the Bachelorette weekend. Ladies. No, I'm just kidding. Nothing eventful happened that weekend at all. It was so boring. We just relaxed. I do, however, need to talk about the amazing man that my best friend married today. That's right. Patar, when you started dating Hannah, I was fully prepared to compete with you for her love. But to my surprise, I never had to. I was really shocked. You came into Hannah's life so ready and willing to accept and love all of her friends, even the crazy ones. That's me and Haley. I was shocked, not because I didn't believe in what an incredible man you were, but because I'd never seen someone so selfless and able to handle a bunch of Chico locals. And feel free to take a drink. I know you all already are, so go ahead on that. You were so afraid to put yourself out there. You made your way into my heart faster than any man ever has, besides Aaron, of course. At every turn, you proved that not only did you intend to take care of Hannah, but all of us as well. And I know that you will always put her first without even trying or thinking about it, because that is the man that you are, and because she deserves it. Now, that being said, something very interesting happened as I realized my best friend was finding her soulmate. My sweet husband, Aaron, right here, found his bromate. And I will not say too much about their bromance, because, of course, he'll be speaking next. But I do have to say that Hannah and I always talked about how we would force our significant others to love each other. And, you know, they had no choice. So when you guys began your friendship and you got so close, we were shocked and amazed. And then it took this weird turn where you began liking each other more than you like us. So we're micromanaging that, but we also never imagined that you guys would look so much alike. Hannah, you can explain that at another time. Okay, I promise. I'm over halfway done. Almost halfway done. 16 years cannot be covered. Yeah, take a drink, toast, toast. For those of you that don't know, yeah, get that, girl. Get that. For those of you that don't know, after Aaron and I finished college up here in Northern California, we relocated to Anaheim in Southern California so Aaron could begin his career. Me being an extremely easygoing woman, I took the move. I actually wrote in parentheses, if they laugh, say this. So. All right, well, yeah, I'm not easygoing. Didn't take the move well at all. It was really terrible. It took a tremendous toll on our relationship. To add to the challenges of relocating, Aaron received news that he would be working out of state in Arizona immediately after he moved me down there, leaving me alone in the land of the sun, which I hated. During that time, Hannah spent countless hours on the phone with me, validating all of my feelings and my complaints. We talked on the phone so much, it felt like middle school all over again. At times, we weren't even talking. Hannah just sat there on the phone with me so I didn't feel alone. We'd randomly comment on whatever we were both watching on TV, but we just stayed on the phone. Thank you so much. To my surprise, in one of these conversations, Hannah just was like, what if we moved down there? Flash forward a month, and Hannah and my childhood dream had come true. We became neighbors. Now I have to take a moment to thank a few people. Yeah, it was incredible. To the Bajanoff family. I know it was so hard to have Petar move away from the Bay Area. The sacrifices he made to come down and support Aaron and I were, I really can't articulate to you how much that meant to us. It was incredible, and I know your family took a hit, and we really appreciate that, and we love you for that. And we're all family now, so. Well, suck it up. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, thank you for letting us borrow him, and we did give him back. To Hannah's family, you've always let me borrow Hannah, considered me one of your own. I love you so much. I know it was hard when she relocated, and I appreciate you never talking trash to me. To Rachel and Kale, I think I need to thank you guys the most. Hannah was heartbroken leaving you both, and I am just so grateful because I can stand here today, and Aaron and I will both express that we needed them there with us through that time, and it pushed us forward, and it was just everything. And so I know it was a sacrifice on all of your family's parts, letting us have them for a few years, and I really appreciate that, and I can never thank you enough. Still not done, but one of the biggest, I'm close. One of the biggest thank yous I need to give is to the new bride and groom. When I started my first year of teaching in Orange County, as I mentioned, Aaron had already relocated to Arizona. This meant that I went into full-fledged, no-filter, third-wheel mode. Every single day after work, I went to Hannah and Petar's apartment. They fed me dinner. They never made me feel like a burden, even though I had to have been at times. I had to have been. They would let me gush and go on, as you all now know I can do, and talk about myself and my new job, asking so many inquisitive questions, and just made me feel so welcome. Petar, I will never forget how genuinely interested in my work days you were. Aaron cannot always share that same interest, so it was really, I love him. He's good looking, but he doesn't always love to talk about work. You would sit and ask me questions and let me talk your ear off, literally. I took so much of your guys' time, energy, and grocery supply. I thank God my friend found you, not only for herself, but also for me. I love you so much. Hannah, you know I couldn't have done it without you. You helped me organize my classroom. You graded my papers. You inputted the grades. She took the test to just show that she remembered all of her Spanish. Yeah, she couldn't get her in the classroom, but actually, she did show up after Fiesta Days to help me clean up. She surprised me after my first Fiesta Day. Trash bags, Lysol wipes. I brought nothing, knowing I was feeding high school students, brought nothing with me to clean up. She helped me clean up, and then the second Fiesta Day came around, and she planned to come again, and I see her car pull in, and she unloads a vacuum. And as I'm laughing hysterically, she's like explaining to me, we couldn't get all the chips up last time, Jesse. We needed to bring the vacuum, and I thought, that's my Hannah. Never doing anything halfway. She vacuumed the heck out of that classroom. It was great. But seriously, Hannah, before I even knew I could teach, you were telling me that I was going to be the best teacher. Your unwavering faith in me gave me strength during the many times that I doubted myself. And you know that I wanted to change careers before it even began, and I said, there's no way I can teach Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I do, I figured it out, but I figured it out, I'm great. Teach you all something at the end. But there you were in those moments when I didn't believe in myself, telling me I could do it, and, you know, thank you so much. I love you. All right, I swear, last note card. I will wrap it up, even though I could literally stand here all night and talk about these two. And Hannah, de nada. In Hannah's speech to me at my wedding, she gave this really great quote. She said, "It is not really important what you have in life, but who you have. And I truly believe that you guys can get through anything with each other." And that is very true, and that's a beautiful quote. But not only do Aaron and I have each other, we also have the two of you. And you have us. You have helped us build a strong foundation in our marriage. And I stand here today to let you know that I will do the same for you. When life throws you a curveball, Aaron and I will be right there, and we will help you knock it out of the park. Go Giants! I look forward to every bit of our lives together as married couples, and I love all of you. You're so patient. Thank you for your patience. Please raise your glasses. Let's toast to the greatest pair to ever be married, Mr. and Mrs. Bajanoff. Felicidades!
Very well done. Thanks so much, Jesse. Next up, we have groomsman Aaron. Head on up there, Aaron.
I'm not sure how to introduce myself. Batar is my best friend, but I have to admit I met Hannah first. Besides her family, of course. Jesse hates that I met her first, but I did. I used to babysit her. I used to babysit her neighbors. Shortly after moving down from Oregon, I had the pleasure of meeting Hannah and beating her in their own air hockey game. Just kidding. I can't remember if I won, but I'm sure I did. Little did I know she would become one of my very best friends. After I met Jesse, we began dating. I quickly realized that her and Hannah came in a pair. They were inseparable. Hannah was there for the majority of Jesse and I's big moments. And she continues to be there for us till this day. The first time that I can remember hanging out with Batar was at one of Jesse's famous birthday parties at her Oak Street house. The girls had too much cake and had to go to bed early. I remember Batar asking me so many questions. At the time I was thinking, geez, this guy asks a lot of questions. Unlike my wife, I'm not a talker. But as I got to know Batar, I realized that's just the kind of person he is. He generally wants to get to know everybody that he meets, and I truly admire that. Now that we are best friends, I love this quality about him because when we are in a group setting, he does all the talking, and I get to sit back and enjoy my sour beer. Fast forward 7 years, and all of our relationships are stronger than they have ever been. Jesse and I were extremely blessed when Hannah and Batar decided to move down to Southern California. For 2 years, the four of us got to enjoy Disneyland season passes, countless breweries, and endless appetizer weekends. And appetizer weekends are just what they sound like. A weekend where we cooked appetizers, enjoyed each other's company while watching sports or playing board games. Hannah loves board games. Our relationships grew a lot during those years. Hannah and Batar were there for us through some tough times, as my wife explained. I really need to thank you both. The time you spent with us in Southern California really strengthened Jesse and I's relationship, not to mention all the physical labor you guys did to ensure we had our perfect wedding. Now we are here celebrating this amazing couple. A lot of time and effort has been put into making this evening absolutely perfect, and it has been. It reminds me of just how perfect Batar's proposal was. When we found out that he'd be proposing in San Diego, we were so excited. We were also very nervous because it's almost impossible to keep a secret from Hannah. But Batar did just that. Hannah was so shocked. Seeing the look on Hannah's face as Batar got down on one knee at the turn was priceless. Batar, I don't know how you did it, but you kept it from her, and you did an amazing job.
Yes.
Alright, so to wrap things up, I just want to say what a blessing it's been to be a part of Hannah and Batar's lives. It's been even more of a blessing to have them be a part of mine. You both give Jesse and I so much strength, and we know that if we have both of you guys by our side, we'll be able to handle any of life's challenges with a smile or maybe a sour beer. I also want to say that as you guys face life challenges, we will always be here. And looking out at all you guys, it's obvious that these two have a lot of love and support moving forward. So, before we make a toast, I have one more thing to say. At my wedding, Batar stood beside Jesse. He got congratulated by our guest. They literally thought he was me. As Hannah said in her speech, she finally found her Aaron lookalike. Just kidding. But really, I look forward to being congratulated on my new marriage this evening. Batar, I love that people mistake us for brothers because you are my brother for life. I love you both so much. Let's cheers.
Well said. Thank you, Aaron. Next up, we got groomsman King. Take it away, King.
I would start by saying thank you for everyone coming out for this super important evening. Growing up, I was super lucky to have such amazing siblings. All you guys. Being the baby of the family, I spent most of my time with Hannah, being the next youngest sister, and she used to always play with me as a little kid, and she always made time to play cars with me, as long as I would concede some time to play dress up with her. Looking back, I was super lucky to have grown up with my nanny mommy. She meant so much growing up to me. I was really fortunate that as Hannah grew up and moved on to high school, she always used to let me hang out with her and her friends at her parties that she'd throw. And then one time Hannah went off to go to college, and that was pretty hard for me. Being the youngest sibling, so I was the only one left. But I remember going down to Santa Cruz for Hannah's graduation, and that was when I really realized that I had met Peter, but that's when I really realized that Peter had become such a huge part of Hannah's life. There's something really special about Hannah and Peter's relationship, and it's been really inspiring to be able to witness it, and it's something that I truly wish to be able to emulate someday. And Pitar, it's super easy to see how much Hannah means to you, and it's pretty obvious that you do pretty much anything for Hannah. And I really want to thank you for marrying my sister and making her the happiest woman. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks so much, Kenny. Next up, we got groomsman Jeremiah. Take it away, Jeremiah.
Hello everyone, Jeremiah, I'm Hannah's older brother, and can't really follow what my little brother here just laid out. But I just want to say, first of all, thank you for everybody for coming out here and being a part of this just amazing day. And these two are just amazing people. And you know, when someone tells you that, you know, like, oh, your baby sister, she's got a boyfriend, it's a serious boyfriend. It's like, well, who is this guy? And then you meet Peter, and you realize that he's almost the mirror image of him, just the sweetest, most selfless person that you could imagine. And just, you guys are just so amazing, and I love you both. And nothing makes me happier than seeing you two together. Love you.
Thanks so much. Next up, we have groomsman Adam.
Let's go, Adam.
2004. I was a freshman in high school, Wilcox, Santa Clara. There was a group of kids playing hacky sack. They wouldn't let me play. It's quite unfortunate. So as I stood there and watched them from the back eating my lunch, the hacky sack flew over them and I was able to grab it and I ran. As I was running, a kid chased after me and pushed me over a bench. They're exposing my underwear, which in fact were tighty-whities. The person that pushed me over the bench was Peter. And he's the one that pointed out the tighty-whities. Fast forward to that same night. I was with my other friends. We were playing some online video game. You know, normal freshman stuff, whatever. Cool. And there is this guy that was just an above average player, and I asked my friends, who's this guy? He's like, oh, that's Peter. I'm like, who is Peter? The guy that pushed you over the bench. And I said, wow, I need to get to know this guy. And then from there, that's when our relationship started, really. We used to hang out in high school a lot. He used to bring me to his house all the time. That's where I met Martin, where he used to try to bust in his room while we played games. Yeah, that's referencing what he said. I used to spend the night with Yvonne and Ivan, and his mom used to come in and say, "Are you guys hungry?" No, not at all. We're good. And she would say, "All right, cool." Bring in like 3 fruit plates and say breakfast is ready like 10 minutes later. And that's how I knew. Every time I went over to Peter's house, I'm like, for sure I'm gonna eat. His mom is a fantastic cook, which inspired me to do my career also. Thank you. I still can't make baklava as good as you. Besides for the fact that Peter is a great video game player and really good at hacky sack, he's actually a very inspirational person in my life. He not only inspired me to go for what my career is, but he helped me with getting my relationship. When I had an issue with something, I called Peter. He always had an answer. If I needed help with my 12th grade English homework, which he actually helped me graduate, he made me a PowerPoint. Done. No problem, man. I got you.
Yeah, that's what you meant,
right? Yeah. Peter was always there. If I needed anything for cars, when my car broke down one night, or let's just say it broke down, his phone number was the only phone number I remembered, and I don't want to say it in case somebody writes it down, but you might all have it. But he's the only phone number I know by heart, and my girlfriend's, of course. Right. And I called that number, and I'm like, hey man, I just totaled my car. Could you help me? The police dropped me off in East Palo Alto, which is not the safest area in the Bay Area, if you know what that is. Yeah, it's kind of not safe. And he's like, oh, I'm in a record store with my mom. And I'm like, oh, well, can you come get me? And what did he do? He left the record store and came got me. No complaints. Not only did he come and get me, he gave me advice on what to do with my broken car and how I should fix it. Along with his mother, of course. Thank you. I really appreciate all your help. But I just want to say that, man, like, I always strived to be as good as you. I think you're above average person. That's why I always keep you in my life. You know, if I ever need anything, if I need help, I got you, you know? And I feel like I wanted to be like that one day. And you're that person to me. Fast forwarding to when you met Hannah. When he told me that he met a girl and he was going river rafting, I was like, oh, that's great, man. That's cool. I don't know what that means, because none of us ever had girlfriends. Like, what is meet girl and go on river rafting? That's great, cool. You know, a week later, he's like, oh yeah, man, we going out again. I'm like, oh, cool, man, nice. All of a sudden, yeah, this is my girlfriend. I'm like, oh, whoa. So I asked all my friends, hey, what is this? What is this girlfriend he has? So I went up there and I met her. Wow, she's a really nice lady, I told him. Everything I asked for, she had. Couldn't complain. Still to this day, when I go to his house, everything's there. I can't complain. Hannah, I honestly think you're a really good person. You're really amazing. I can't say anything bad about you at all. I think you and Peter do really good together. And for the fact that Peter is a really important person in my life and not only teaches me but helped me get through high school, I just want to say thank you for being such a good person to him. Thank you for doing everything you do, because if he's not happy, then nobody's happy, right? So, vice versa. But thank you for everything, and you know, I just want to say cheers to your marriage. You guys are a beautiful couple. Everything's awesome. Thank you.
Very well said. Thanks, Adam. Next up, we have grandmother of the bride, Peggy. Head on up there, Peggy.
Could you go around behind there? Is that okay for the video? Thank you.
Oh. Well, Lord mercy. I just want to say for everyone here today how blessed we are this day. This day has blessed us so much. Everyone here. It's, we've been calling it Love is in the Air. And I just want to express what I can. Our grandmother remembering, and I remember the beginning. I remember sitting by the phone and waiting for a call, and the call came. Katie was getting ready to leave for the hospital. So I remember getting in the car and driving to Susanville, all three of us, and my son and my daughter. And when we were driving to Susanville, I was wondering, I wonder what this baby will be, because we didn't know then. And I looked up in the sky. This was at night. We got the call late at night. And I saw this little star twinkling in the sky. And I thought, I know what this baby is going to be. And that little star fell to the earth, and a star was born that night. And that's how we got our little star, Hannah. I walked in the house at Durham on Katie and Jack's wedding day. And by then, Hannah had gone away to school, and only getting to see her, you know, just very sporadically. So I wasn't up to date, apparently. on her current life. So I remember walking in the house at Durham, and the only one there was this delightful young man. And so I introduced myself. I said, I'm Hannah's grandmother. And he said, oh, hi, I'm Peter, her boyfriend. And I said, oh, do you want me to go let her know you're here? And he said, she knows. We were staying there. And then, guess what? We talked. Peter talked and talked and talked. And I got introduced and got to know Peter. And when I told Hannah, I met your boyfriend, Peter, and she said, oh, Grandma, he's a wonderful person. But I want to talk about the future. Tonight I want to speak to the future. And I want to talk about love and romance. I want to talk about Hannah and Peter. How, of all the love relationships in life, the love that blossoms when two young people find each other and come together and commit to each other, that is the most significant love of a lifetime. And it becomes the very fabric of their life. This love is full of promise and hope. This love has a purity of honor for each other and faithfulness. This love is sacred to God because He created you for it. And it's through this love that He is going to bring all the good and wonderful things of your life to you. And this is the life that comes from that young life, that young love. First, there's a betrothal. Have we all seen that betrothal? Have we all seen that video of Hannah and Qatar getting engaged? I can't see it enough. I can see it. What is significant about that betrothal to me is, do you notice they're way up in the air? They're walking on air. And they haven't come down yet. The next thing that happens, a bride becomes a bride by the love, the choice of a young man. We know that happened. The next thing that happens, a wedding happens. And we're loving that today. Then, when you realize it, the next generation comes from young love. There's a lovely song from long ago. It's called Beautiful Dreamer. It's about a young man. He comes to his love, and he finds her asleep. And so he woos her awake with his love song. And it awakens her to love. And her love becomes for him. Peter, you are the young man in this love story. You found Hannah and all the things about her that set her apart from any other choice for you forever. You chose her. Your heart sang that love song to Hannah. And Hannah awoke to love. And her love was for Peter, her first love. Except for Peter, Hannah, you would have stayed asleep to the love that was waiting for you. But Peter chose you, and you chose him back. This is romance at its very sweetest. And now we come to the high point of your love story. Today, you have pledged each other forever. You've promised a forever love to each other. You have pledged all your treasures in the other. This reconfigures the terms of life. You are no longer two, but today you stand as one. This love will become indestructible. So this is the beginning. This is your beginning of this love life and where it takes you from here. And we have been blessed by it, and we await with you the unfolding of your beautiful life to come. Your happiness is our happiness. We bless you. We celebrate you. We celebrate your love.
Next up, we have parents of the groom, Nadia and Michal.
There are no words for me to express how thankful I am to you for making Peter a better person. For the years you've been together, I think he became more gentle, more caring, and more responsible person. I know you're taking very good care of him, and I hope this continue for many years to come. Peter, I've watched you growing as a handsome young man. You've always been a good, happy kid, easygoing, very social, sometimes too social. Very good at making friends, and no matter where we go and what we do, always trying to explore new things. I know making a decision to change your social status takes a while. I know it's not an easy decision. Marriage is commitment, but I guess it runs in the family because it took your father considerable amount of time to figure it out also. Hannah and Peter, I love you both. I think you are a perfect match. Marriage is a fun journey. Take care and love and respect each other for the rest of your life. Enjoy your special day. To all family members, relatives, friends, and guests, thank you for being here today. I think it's a really blessing for Peter and Hannah to get married in your presence. Enjoy the evening, drinks, and the food.
Hi everybody, I'm Nadia, proud mother of the groom, Peter. I know that many of you have traveled from many different places to be here with us today. We would like to thank you for coming here to celebrate Hannah and Peter's wedding. It is really mean to us. It is so wonderful to be surrounded by so much love and support as we wish this to be a beautiful young couple. It is not every day you get to have a day where you get together all of your friends and family and celebrate the love of your son and his beautiful wife. I would like to extend to Kathy and Jack and all Hannah's family, who truly have put an incredible day today. It has been a real fairy tale and it couldn't have been more perfect. Thank you for all the support and all the work that you put in. Thank you. Their thoughts, planning, and tireless efforts and have made this day very special. I am really glad to see Peter so happy today. His face full of light and happiness, and his bride Hannah next to his arm. That's melt my heart. Peter hasn't lived with us since he went away to Santa Cruz College, and there he met Hannah. Hannah came into our lives about 8 years ago. She breathes in with air and happiness and always around her. Her blue eyes sparkle and she talks, and her beautiful smile is always on her face. Always she smiles, so warm. During the time we have known Hannah, we have come to and love her more and realize that how special she is to our son. And now here we are, years later, and that day get married, and I feel really happy that my wish came true. Intelligent, charming, and delightful young woman joined our family, bringing both lights and joy to the family. You're delightful. Peter, your father and I were really proud of you. You have been a true blessing to our life. Hannah and Peter are perfect match, perfectly in harmony, complementing each other, and always with utmost respect. It is so refreshing to see a young couple who truly adore each other. It is. Welcome to our family, and I love you. I love you for the rest of my life. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to raise the glasses and toast for celebrating the love of this couple. Na zdravie. Cheers.
I am so blessed to be toasting my daughter and her husband today. I would like to thank all of our families and friends that are able to be here to celebrate Hannah and Peter's wedding. And I would like to honor our loved ones that could not be here today, including Hannah's father, Mike. I was privileged to take his place and walk our daughter down the aisle. I am in awe of my little girl. Today she's a beautiful bride. As most of you here know, Hannah's beauty is only surpassed by her precious heart. Anyone that knows Hannah knows of her loyalty and love and nurturing. Hannah's little brother, Kenny, used to call her Nana Mama. In her sophomore year, Hannah met Pitar at UCSC, and he came up to Chico with her friends to celebrate her birthday weekend. My first meeting with Pitar was that weekend. I told Chuck, I'm not too sure about this guy that Hannah's brought home. But it didn't take long for me to realize this young man possessed the same sincerity and true heart that Hannah has. And our family grew to love him as soon as they all got to know him. I look forward to this beautiful marriage. And the day I hear a little voice calling out, Mama, to my little girl. So please join me and raise your glasses to toast Mr. and Mrs. Pitar Bozhinov.
I just want to again thank everyone for coming out today. It means so much to both of us to have everyone here to share this special day with us, and a special thanks to everyone that's come from far away. I know people are probably from far away. We've been planning this wedding for over a year now, and Hannah's worked so hard and put so much effort into every single little detail. Without her amazing attention to detail and organization, none of this would have been possible today. So Hannah, and to everyone else here who helped us make this day so special, I want to thank you. Now about my beautiful wife, Hannah. You look absolutely stunning today. Well, you actually look stunning to me every single day, but shut up. I love you so much, and you mean the world to me. I can't believe that we're finally married. You've made me the happiest guy in the world. Everyone, can we please raise a glass to my beautiful bride, my wife, Hannah. I haven't gained a new wife today, but I've also gained a new family as well. Hannah, your family has made me feel so welcome from the first day that I met them. Thank you for raising Hannah to be the most amazing woman that she is today. And most importantly, a big thank you to all our lovely bridesmaids and groomsmen. You guys have been by Hannah and I's side throughout all of this. You stood through us, you reassured us through this whole engagement wedding process. We could have done this without you guys. And thank you to our parents, Mom, Dad, Katie, Jack. Without you guys, none of them would have this possible today. Thank you for all your incredible love and support throughout all of this. Toast to Katie, Jack, Mom, Dad, our parents. As not done yet. Before we start the party, again, I want to just thank everyone for coming out today. Thank you for sharing this special day with us. We've enjoyed everything so far, and I hope you enjoyed this wonderful evening as well. Thank you.